Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Womenshine Talks. I am Rinni Maheshwari, your host, and today we have with us a very special guest, Veenus Katyal, the owner of a very different sort of a brand called Tierra. Tierra is all about sustainable cleaning. When we talk about sustainability, we talk about environment, we talk about saving the environment pollution. We always talk about either reusing plastic or not wasting food and all sort of things. But have you ever thought of something related to cleanliness? Basically, there are all sort of floor cleaners or like all sort of cleaners that we use have a lot of harmful chemicals. They may be clearing our floors and our dishes and our clothes, but not the environment. And Venus here has thought of a very different section that is cleaning. So, firstly, I would like to welcome you. Hello, Venus. How are you?
Hi, Rennie. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So, firstly, I would want you to talk about the brand. What is the brand all about? What is Tiara?
Okay, I think you said it when you introduced me and the brand. You said it. Tierra is a range of sustainable home care cleaning liquids. When we think of, there are two words here. One is sustainable, and I'm going to talk more about it. And the other is home care cleaning liquids. So we have laundry liquids, we have dishwashing liquids, and we have floor cleaners. All of the things that you won't ever look and say, okay, these are the things that are really harmful for our environment. But yeah, so sustainable ranges, we are basically plant based, we're eco friendly, we're biodegradable, and of course, they do their job to perfection. So your house will be clean, your clothes will be clean, your dishes will be squeaky clean. At the same time, it is not going to be harmful or toxic to the environment.
I
Yeah.
think that's very well said.
Right.
I think, matlab, in the beginning only, I'm going to like request everybody if you're very concerned about the environment, if you want to take a step to save the environment and to make this earth a better place, I think try the products because there is just maybe people might have come across different brands who might be doing this, but for me, it's a very new sector that people have evolved into. So I think you should just go with the brand.
Thank
Enough
you.
of this. Let's move ahead with the conversation. So, firstly, I you started as a business like data analyst, and then you like what you say went into another section and then into entrepreneurs. So, can you tell me how has the journey been and why there are so many shifts and changes in the journey?
Yeah, you again, yeah, like so I started, yes, being a business analyst, worked with a lot of financial clients and had my share of the corporate successes there. Then when my daughter was born, I moved to education. I'm very passionate about equitable education. So I worked with a lot of profit and non-profit organizations. My last organization was also Khan Academy, which was like into equitable education, right? Providing free content to everybody. There came a time when, you always as a person, you're like, okay, I know, I mean, of course, you know that you always, there's a bug. There's that entrepreneurship bug. You want to do something of your own. You want to create a legacy. So sustainability is another cause that I'm really, really passionate about. And of course, Tierra, so that served happened because when you look at entrepreneurship, okay, I want to do something of my own, but you don't know what yet. So you kind of look into your passion, you kind of look into things that you're really obsessed or you want to do those. So cleanliness is something that comes very naturally to me. I'm sure a lot of you, it'll be resonating with a lot of people here, but it comes very naturally to me. I'm obsessed about cleanliness, and two things happened at the same time. And I recently became a pet parent also. So that fear, that paranoia of taking care of your pet at the same time taking care of family, making sure that the routine things. Of course, I'm basically a very sustainable person otherwise also, and I take care of a lot of other meta things. But simple things like a pet walking on floor. Is my floor clean? Is my floor safe for the pet to walk on? Drinking water, things like that. So it became like, okay. And the state, and when I started looking at the products available, not very happy. Nothing against all the products, but the commercial cleaners came with a lot of harsh smells and toxic chemicals. So that was the decision point for me to kind of go into this category. So yeah, hence Tierra was born. Yeah, and then this swerve happened from business analyst to an entrepreneurship. I'm going to keep coming back to why Tierra was born, but yeah, that's how it
No, no, but
is.
obviously that is what we're here for. That is what we want to hear.
Yeah.
So,
So
can
yeah.
you tell me all the range of products that you have at Tierra? What sort of product bifurcation that you have currently?
So there are three categories, like I mentioned earlier. There is a laundry liquid. So all of these are liquid. These are home care cleaning liquids. We have laundry liquids. There are again two variants in laundry liquids, which is a calendula and lavender. Um, then there are dishwashing liquids. They're still not for dishwashers, but they are for like your for dishwashing, a normal dishwashing liquid. That's green apple and orange. And then we have floor cleaners, which is lime and tea tree, and your basil and neem, which are basically for purifying and for cleaning your homes. So we have floor cleaners, we have dishwashing, we have laundry liquids. There's more to come, but
Basically,
yeah, there's
obviously, we are awaiting. So, I just want to know, since there are a lot of cleaning brands already in the market, and your product and your brand stays ahead of them because of the sustainability, are there any similar differences that you have, and like which makes your brand a better brand from the other brands, and why should people choose Tierra?
Yes. So I think there's a mindset first. I'd like to clarify there's a mindset. When people think of eco-friendly things, they think that eco-friendly is not effective, right? That's a
True.
mindset. And chemicals will clean things better. That's a general mindset that we are trying to change here.
That's a
So when I
myth.
say our USP or our differentiator is we are effective. We are as effective as other commercial cleaners, but we don't leave residue. We don't leave any toxic residue. The preservatives that we have are also food grade. So that whole thing is what I'll call my USP. Of course, we can talk about eco-friendliness. There is no thing that will stay. Like if you drain the liquid, we also say like if that liquid is left, say after you mop your floors, right? You can always put that liquid back into the plants, so it's not going to harm your plants. So you can imagine that it's not a toxic thing at all.
Toxic.
Your
Hmm.
floors are clean, refreshed, your dishes are clean. At the same time, your hands are not
Right.
spoiled by chemicals, and your clothes are clean. So there's effectiveness, and then there's this whole environmental friendly element and plant based thing. So yes, our USP that we are plant based. Yes, our USP, we use all the natural ingredients. Yes, our USP is also that we use food grade preservatives. They're not any synthetic preservatives. And of course, they are very, very effective. So that's what I'll say that differentiates us from the rest.
Okay, that's great actually, because rightly said, if you can put that like residue in the plants and the plants are not getting affected, then that there is no harm that is there in the products. So I
Yeah.
think that's the best test we have here for Tiana.
Yeah.
So you're also a mother and an entrepreneur. So how do you manage your work and like, also a pet parent? So how do you manage all of that? Because
Yeah.
it's a very tough job for a women to manage all the things and doing everything perfectly. So share some insights for that also.
Yeah, I think my it's a very fine balance. I keep I think with entrepreneurship with this kind of thing, I've also anyways I was always a very family person. So balancing work, and it's always like I have my work life balance thing very strongly etched in my brain. So yeah, that's there. There's of course my daughter is grown up now, so she's also there to take care of most of my energies are channeled around my pet. So that's where I am currently. It's like okay, everything is around our Leah. So but yeah, we walk a tightrope. We really do walk a tightrope. There are times when you kind of you have to give in a lot into your work, and there are times when you're able to kind of detach yourself and spend time with families, but taking regular breaks with your family, going on holidays, vacations. I think we've been able to manage most of this whole, work-life balance thing. I'm big on vacations. I'm big on family time. I'm big on my time. I'm big on, having a stipulated time for different things. So yeah, that discipline,
That's
I
it.
think, has been there.
That's what I wanted to point out. That's like a very wonderful thing that you're just happy about what you're doing and balancing everything so beautifully. And that is something to learn from you. Ski, just take frequent breaks, frequent holidays with families, with work, so that you can have something to come back to and you can enjoy that and always think about growing both professionally and personally.
Thank you, Rini. You're very kind. Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just I just want to talk about the brand once again. Right now there are a lot of brands that are into cleanliness, what say dishwashers and floors and all of this. And then there is Tierra, which is talking about sustainable cleaning. But what do you think is the way that we can basically approach people that they should, what you say, shift their focus from like harsh chemicals or toxin chemicals to Tierra? What is that one thing that we can talk to them, like accept sustainability?
I mean, I like the question here. This is very, very important because and very important to address, right? See, I always thought that when we talk about cleaning, right, people would be people would take it up, lap it up. Okay, why not? This is so that's my stand. Has been right from the beginning. You have you want your house clean, you want your family safe. You want both the things. You want everything in life, basically, which is happening,
Yes,
right? At least for a person like me who really likes a clean house, clean surroundings, but a safe environment also, especially coming from kids and your pets perspective. Why would you want to go into and this thing also changed? This thing happened to me. I got some commercial, those cleaners in my house for cleaning, right? Like, okay, the deep cleaning thing that we talk about.
yes, yes.
When they left, there was this whole smell that was there in my house, okay? And I kept asking those cleaners, what did you use? What did you use? And they were like, you could smell it. So they said, ma'am, we're
Hmm.
using these chemicals that are there. Otherwise, it's not effective. It's not cleaning. I was terrified. I was like, if this is what we are exposing ourselves to and exposing our kids to, and we talk about like the market has evolved so much with personal care because that touches us. If
Yes.
you see now the skincare that we use, we're very conscious of, okay, no sulfates.
Hmm.
We're very conscious of what's going because they're cancer inducing. We become very conscious there. The market is evolving, right? But cleaning, nobody takes notice. But people don't realize that anything that touches your floor, anything that touches your clothes, anything that touches your dishes, you're consuming it. You are consuming
True.
it. So I would say
And yeah,
when you approach your any customer, you have to tell them that what you're consuming is equally cancer produce inducing. It's equally harmful. It's not good for you. Forget the environment. Okay, that comes later. But first, take care of your family. I mean, I'm saying
true.
forget the environment. I'm not at all saying forget the environment, but I'm saying just
Just for
think
this
about
question's sake.
yourself and your family and your yourself, and then think about. So I think um, and obviously it's effective, right? So when those things come into picture, I would say any customer, and I've seen that like with customers who've taken to Tierra or any other product that is eco-friendly. I see that people are very worried about what they are giving to their families, and they're also worried about, okay, this is also helping us save the environment. It's a small step, why not? Let me take it.
Yeah.
That's my contribution
Mhm.
towards. Yeah.
To the environment. Yeah. So as you just mentioned that with skincare or with clothing, people are very particular that they don't want to put anything on everything on their skin. They just check all the ingredients, the date, and everything. But when it comes to cleanliness, basically we have house helps who clean our houses, washes our clothes, wash our dishes. So there is a very small part of a person's brain that goes into what the products are made up of for cleaning, if I'm not wrong. So, matlab, when people are not really thinking about that cleanliness can also be sustainable. So how does Tierra stands out here? Like what do we basically force people to think about this area and like just
I think
invest into
that
sustainable
that is where
cleanliness?
creating awareness on how the other commercial cleaners are affecting your own lifestyle. See, people have, and you'll see a great surge in eating organic food. Like almost everybody is talking about it, right? People have talking about, of course, like I said, the skincare that is coming in. a lot of, and when newborn babies, I mean, I've seen mothers talking about how they need very, like, they need something that's safe for their babies, right? So there are people, they talk about an isolation, but how this is going to change, it's not going to change overnight. It is making people aware of what you're consuming. It's a routine job. Yeah, nobody bothers because the maid is cleaning up, but ultimately you're consuming with those dishes, right? It's just about that. Like, you are eating from the dishes, maid is not eating from the dishes, the help is not eating from the dishes, right? You're wearing those clothes. That itchiness, that allergic reactions that produces with the cleaners that are harsh, or maybe spoiling your clothes also. You're walking on the floor, your children are walking, crawling, your pets are eating off the floor, right? I mean, they don't normally think what's there. So when you start making them aware, I think people do understand. People do understand that there is a need for as routine job as this to move to a safer option. I'm not saying environmental friendly. I'm kind of, that comes, of course, that's there, but to move to safer options, to move to options which are not harmful for your families, and that's again creating awareness, making people
Yeah, I
conscious
think
about.
it's
It's
yeah,
more
it's
about,
basically making a conscious choice for ourselves, for environment,
yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
ourselves, and
basically,
then, yeah,
ultimately for the environment.
ultimately for the environment. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. So I just want to thank you for joining us today. And I
Yeah.
also want to congratulate you for starting such a beautiful venture, like such a beautiful brand. And I would urge all people to at least try the product once, and I'm sure they're going to try it again and again. And it should become a routine,
Thank you. Thank
definitely.
you, Rin. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
so
love
much for
it.
joining, and
Thank you.
all the very best for the brand.
Thanks, Rini. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.